Hello, welcome to Book Obsession. I'm Ashley Gunn. Today's book review will be on The Wingman by Natasha Anders. I've done a review on The Unwanted Wife before. I absolutely loved that book, and I've read every single book by Natasha Anders that she has written, so if you have any questions, go ahead and email those to me. With The Wingman, one of the things that if you've read her previous books that you should be aware of is that this is the lightest content book I've ever read from her. In general, she writes really deep, dark dramas. And this is a lot more of a light, yes, there's going to be bumps. There's going to be some, she writes incredible hiccups when something happens. Natasha is an incredible author, and that's always going to be the case. This is just not the same as those deep, dramatic, dark stories that she's written before. And so it was something for me personally because I love that Natasha writes those novels, and I really wish that The Wingman was darker, although with the storyline, clearly that's not the case. Alright, now going into The Wingman, this is a book about a woman named Daisy. She has two sisters that are what are considered more beautiful than her. She's very self-deprecating, and quite frankly, I don't really like the fact that she is, just in general. But I will say this, Natasha gave her that really big scene that when she finally stands up for herself and doesn't take it anymore, Daisy will have that towards the end of the book where she doesn't allow people to treat her the way that they have in the past. And I absolutely love that. And she also comes into this realization that just because she's not shaped the exact same as her sisters doesn't mean that she's not beautiful, and I really appreciated that again towards the end of the book. One of the other things that I just want to throw out there right now that Natasha wrote into this story that I loved is that even though her sisters are considered more beautiful than her, according to, in general, the people that they're around, her sisters always tell her how gorgeous she is, how much they love her, and how beautiful she is. So although other people may treat them differently, her sisters are really nice to her and really respectful of her. And obviously throughout this book, you're going to have interactions between her and her sisters that aren't going to go quite well. But in general, they're a loving family. The parents and the sisters love Daisy. She just has a hard time sticking up for herself and not allowing people to walk all over her. Okay, so basically what you're gonna get is through a series of events, Mason and Daisy are gonna attend her sister's wedding together, but there are a couple of weeks before the wedding, and so they're gonna spend time being seen around town, go on a couple of dates. Mason's gonna realize how incredible Daisy is. She's compassionate, loving, funny, and so although this is gonna get set up where they're going as a couple, even though they're not actually in a relationship, over time, Mason wants that relationship. And although Daisy is interested in Mason, she doesn't really think that that's something that's even possible, that he would be interested in her. And that obviously is going to cause some conflict. Towards the end, it's a lot of people getting involved, drama that's going to happen. Daisy and Mason, whether or not they're going to trust each other. And really, honestly, the storyline itself, it's written by Natasha Anders, so it's going to be an incredible storyline. The only thing I wish that she would have changed, and I think it's because of what I expect from her other novels, is that at the end, Mason says some really mean things to Daisy. Daisy apologizes to him, comes to him, and basically puts her heart on the line. I want to try between us, and he shuts her down. Then she's going to get hurt. He's going to get involved because that's what happens. He never apologizes for the way that he treated her, the things that he said, shutting her down, having her leave. And in all of Natasha Anders' other novels, when somebody does something like that, where it really inflicts pain on somebody else, she makes them grovel in order to actually have their apology accepted. I wish that would have happened with Mason. I just think that he got away with too much there. He shouldn't have been able to speak to her that way, show up, and then his apology be accepted. It could have just been as simple as Daisy bringing up how hurt she was by his actions and him apologizing. I don't know. I just felt like it needed to be addressed, and that's me nitpicking the book. In general, Natasha Anders, like I said, incredible author. You're not going to go wrong reading any of her books. I read this one on Kindle Unlimited. I think all of her books are on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have that, check these out for sure. If you like this review, go and like it. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. You can always email me. If you want my videos every week, subscribe. I will see you all again soon. Thank you for joining me.